Hello and welcome to the first ever Dave Show. Today, all the way from a place I can't remember, we've got Tribune, Dan the man, whatever you're going to call him. And here on the first show, we're going to talk about all the things that involve you. So Dan, let me just shut up for a moment. What made you want to join TV Random?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Obviously I work with like Dave in real life, and we got talking, and obviously we were discussing what we used to do at high school and college and whatnot all those years ago, and obviously then he got talking about how he used to do his filming and stuff, and how it had taken off more from his college course, and he was doing his own independent films, and I watched a couple of the ones he'd done by himself and with a previous member, Sam, The Running Man and Real, and I really enjoyed it, so I said maybe about joining up myself and looking into either doing a film or helping out in the background or something, just something to change up really.
So is it right in saying that you sort of started in the background making films like The First Condemned, helping with everything like
that was sort of my first real film. I was more of like helping in the editing room, not so much editing as more as
equally important.
Pitching ideas and saying how it looked better from this angle or that angle, or adding this effect there or that effect. So that was really my first.
Here's an interesting point. I've been doing my research on all the parts you played, all the things you've done, and your most famous role within the TV Random universe would be Quintus.
Yes.
Quintus Titus from these two films, Titan and Titans 2. So just briefly tell me what it was like to be involved in that, and how would you compare that to other projects, would you say?
Comparing it to other projects, I'd definitely say they were the biggest projects to date I've helped do, because obviously it wasn't just a case of going into the role. We had to write it from scratch. There was ideas about an original Titans that David put forward, just like a teaser trailer sort of idea of what he wanted to do with Titans, and from there it sort of spitballed into something completely different. I mean, the original idea we had for Titans was something completely different to what was actually shown in the film. It was just to do with different towns being taken over, and all to do in the little random world, but it was completely different. But from there, obviously, we.
Did you have a lot of resistance from the secret directors when you first sort of came into TV Random?
There was a lot of umming and ahhing whether we should actually do it in the first place, because it had its day. Should we move on to something else? But at the time, me and Dave felt that it was something we could work on together, and obviously sort of solidify like a bond almost. And then it was like the revival of a much loved character from his previous films, Mr. Her. It was like rather than having rather than having just take over the role, so to speak, he was more of, I don't want to say like a cameo, but it was like,
who's it from that?
He was like the special guest of it, so it was still like him being in it, but it was like obviously showing that time had progressed in the series, and it was sort of like making way for like a new.
So would you say that you're the true authority figure now? Or your character's the true authority figure?
For now, but I think they'll always be.
Well, it's funny you said actually, because I was going around the producers today, and we went through the old studio. I don't know if you remember that, the big green screens now covered in boxes. Might be an interesting video one day. And I came across an awesome prop that you might find interesting. Soon do the sound effects. Oh look! Oh look! It's the true stuff authority. God, hold it like you mean it. Look at that! Look, hold it with passion.
Oh yes.
Not in that way.
Yeah, it's
Did it feel good? Did you feel like you was almost having the torch, sort of?
So it was, unofficially like passed to you, yeah.
some sort of wrestling thing, isn't it? It's almost like
it's kind of hard to explain.
giving it
Like,
to you, so.
I don't think I've held this for nearly 3 years now.
About 3 years.
You know,
The TV Random Universe keeps shouting at us. When are we going to?
We are. It is in the pipeline. There is a script in the progress, and we're re-evaluating it at the moment. There will be a Titans 3. I don't know when. Could be 10 years. Could be 20 years. Could be next year. Could be now. But there will be one eventually.
And, you know, sort of going on a sideline, do you enjoy doing some of the screenplays? I mean, you've done screenplays for Titans, with Empires, or recently Heart for the Meadow.
Yeah, I'd say very much that's my niche. I like to write.
Is that something you've always done?
No, I used to hate writing. Not many people know. I'm actually like slightly dyslexic, so I tend to struggle with words. But I always find that. Well, I found that the more I read, like obviously the better I got. But it became sort of like a mini achievement. Like, I'd write something, and I'd be like, oh, actually, that doesn't sound too bad. And from there, I'd do a little bit more. And it was almost like I was starting to like write my own books and stuff, and I've got my own page, the Sage pages,
which is a big success. It's a lot of interest.
And from there, we were talking about branching out in TV Random, like the management structure and stuff. And I was saying, oh well, I'm not a bad writer. So we set up a few things, and people would write their own stuff, and they'd be like, it's good, but it could do with a bit of polishing, and it'd get sent to me, and I'd tweak it around and stuff. And you see some of the stuff we've done today, like Heart in the Meadow. You know, it was a collaboration between myself and David. We just tweaked it around, and well, it speaks for itself, really.
That's now one of the best films produced by TV Random.
Yeah.
What sort of things would you like to see then, the direction of TV Random go? I mean, would you like to direct a film yourself, like, you know, be the actual...
Yeah, definitely. We've got several films, like I said, in the pipeline, and I intend to hopefully one day direct my own one, Sleeping Awake, which is about a man suffering the effects of agoraphobia, which is, you know, fear of being in these, fear of leaving his house or like the outside. It's sort of a collaboration of films and shorts where the team itself is doing. We're all trying to branch out and do our own separate things. So like Mark's in the process of writing one and filming his own one, and other cast members are in the process of writing their own films to possibly branch one off. Just so we've all had the chance to be in the directing chair to see how it feels like, you know, because we all have our own.
So would you say you're a bit like the Riker if TV Random's like the Enterprise? You just...
yeah, I'd like to think so. I'd like to
sit in
think
the chair,
yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, like I said, we all have our vital roles. We've all got
So like the stage manager just fell over, has been on the old whiskey.
we've all got our spots, you know, be it the head of medical, the chief engineer, but we'd all like to one day attend the chair to see how it is.
Attend the chair, sit in the chair, that's it. I have no idea what that's like, by the way. No idea. Yeah, so TV Randoms came on a long way, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I joined in 2010. No, 2010.
It was like a lifetime ago now, though.
Yeah, six long years.
Here's a bit of a personal question. Be as direct as you want. I bet it's really hard work being directed by me. Am I hard work? I don't mind, I won't fire you.
Ever the...
It's my training, you see.
Yes and no. At the time,
on the spot.
I think, oh God, not again, Dave. Just please shut up. I know what I'm doing, but we need that push, because if you don't get the push, you don't get the quality of the film. There's no point doing that haphazardly, where you think, oh, that wasn't too bad, and then when you play it back in editing, and you think, oh, this sounds in the background, that sounds in the background. There's a gust of air there. Somebody's walked and coughed. And then you have to redo the entire scene again. So sometimes, as much as everyone huffs and puffs, it's a hot day, you know, you're thirsty, yeah, it's too, and you do the same scene about 20 times, and you're thinking, please, God, let it end.
I like to think it's not because I'm just being a dick, it is because
yeah,
so high. So I appreciate
it.
it.
But like, you know, you may only get one good scene out of 20 takes, but there's no point doing it once and then having to redo it at a later date. Why? You sort it out and done with. But no, I wouldn't say you're terrible. At the time, yes, but then when you look back and you think, actually...
Fair play. I completely agree. If I'd been directed by me, I would say the same. Just, going on another one. I get the impression when people first join, or when people watch the things that we do here at TV Random, or if they watch any film, it's amazing how most of us don't have a clue how much work goes into them until they've been involved in a film.
Oh, definitely.
And then it's almost like, wow, it's the idea that springs at 2 a.m. Then it's the bounce around of ideas, arguments between...
Yeah, to and fro.
And that's even before you think the final screenplay, and then it's like location finding, where you're going to film, the filming, the editing.
The problem is it's kind of like a bug. Once you've got it, that's it. Because, there's always a pen and pad by my bed now. So it could be 2 o'clock in the morning and I'll scribble something in the dark and I'll wake up and I'll be like, that's gold. Or I'll be like, what was I thinking? And I'll be like, oh, 2 o'clock in the morning. But in the same breath, it's a case of, what was I going to say? Nowadays when I watch a film, I'm not just watching a film, I'm looking for faults and I'm looking at the way they edit it and stuff. And before I used to appreciate a film, but now I'm like, what? I'm like analysing it too much. I'm like a mini critique, and I'm like, oh, well, that was a good style of editing, or that was a good style of film photography. And then I'm thinking, how could I add that to TV Random? Whereas, before it, I just think, oh, that was an alright film. But now I can't turn it off now. Now it's almost like I can't appreciate the film. Well, I can, but...
Or maybe you can more because now you realise how much effort.
Yeah, because, editing is unbelievable. You can be in there for 6 hours and it's 30 seconds worth of filming. Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. The first Titans, yeah. 6 hours for...
both of them.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. I appreciate your comment. Is there anything you would like to add or send out to TV Random Universe, or anything you want to bring up while you have this personal time?
Just thanks for watching and keeping up with us. We all appreciate it, and we all work hard. We all appreciate us working hard. Be more films out in the future. Possibly another Random FM number 8 in the pipeline.
Got all about that. Yeah, we're working on Random FM now.
Yeah, there's a fresh one of them coming out. There will be a Christmas chat out at some point, so it hasn't died completely.
Shout out, August comes back.
Keep a look.
Yeah. At the minute.
Keep a look on Inside and Shush. There'll be no Shush coming out within the next week or so.
So a lot going on then.
Yeah. There's always stuff going on. We're always busy.
Oh, wicked. Well, thank you very much, Dan. It's been fantastic being on the show. I very much appreciate you and all the TV Random members, and of course you lot who are watching down TV Random Universe. So for me, Dave, and from Dan the Man, Tribune, thank you very much, and see you next time here on the Dave Show.
Thank you.